to the AFC West preview. Now, the AFC West was the best division in the AFC last year, and kind of interesting. We started off with the 2 best divisions in football for our first 2 of the 6-week countdown to the NFL. So,
coincidence? Probably not.
It wasn't, because it was West and West, and so that's just kind of how I did it. Next week, I'm probably going to do North, and then East, and then South. You see how it goes. But like we did started off last week, we are going to be breaking down each division, kind of give you some of the biggest wins, biggest losses of the season for each of these teams in each division, and give you my kind of pick on how they're going to do. So let's start it off with the AFC Super Bowl champion representative who got absolutely humiliated against the Seattle Seahawks, and that is the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning had a record season, probably the best, not probably, I take that back. Retract probably and say definitely the best season a quarterback has ever had. He broke the passing record. He broke the touchdown passes record. He had like 0 interceptions. Maybe he had like 5, but that's ridiculous. He was like 10-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. You'll never see that again. So I hope you watched it last year. But let's break down some of their key losses.
They didn't win.
Yeah, they didn't win. They got, like I said, they got humiliated in the Super Bowl. It was really, really bad. And so some of their key loss was actually Eric Decker. And now I put this kind of asterisk key loss because then they added in Emmanuel Sanders from Pittsburgh, who is an awesome wide receiver. He's also a really good return man. So really their loss was their game. So, but I had to do it. I mean, like I said, I was going to give you key losses and key gains, but I guess I can't really have a key gain without a key loss. I don't know. I'm kind of stumbling here. So
you could have a key gain without a key loss if you're just gaining and they're just a good team.
No, but that's not how I'm writing this segment. But yeah,
I'm rewriting it. Okay.
Fine, you get to write
your only good things. Only gains. That's how my team
Only
works.
Gains. Well, they're gains. Now I usually only try to do one player for these key gains, but their defense, which 3 years ago was pretty darn good, second in the NFL, and kind of fell off when Peyton Manning showed up there. But they got, my opinion, for the best free agent cornerback out there last year, Aqib Talib, even better than Darrelle Revis, if you ask me. They got him. He's a shutdown corner. They got a great safety in T.J. Ward, and they got another great pass rusher to rush the edge with Von Miller in DeMarcus Ware. So, I mean, their defense is going to be stacked next year. So look for them to return to form. And even if Peyton Manning has 3 quarters of a good of a season as he has last year, they're in the Super Bowl again. So yeah, they're gonna do pretty well. And let's move it on to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now they started out 9-0 last year, so everybody's like, wow, 9-0 from a 2-14 team the year before, and they looked pretty spectacular. Then they ended the season 2-5. So stumbled coming down the stretch, and that's kind of because the beginning of their year, their schedule was just the easiest schedule ever. So yeah.
Yeah, and they had to face the Broncos twice, so.
Well, yeah, towards the end of the season. Yeah, that's when they started doing bad, yeah. But yeah, so Jamal Charles, really look for him to pick up where he left off last year. This guy, I believe, accounted for about 45% of his team's offensive production, so look for that again. That's going to be pretty studly. If you are a fantasy football fan, look to pick him up within the first 4 picks. And if he's there and you have number 5, just count your blessings because he's an amazing player. But their key loss was about 3/5 of their offensive line left this year. So, yeah, good luck, Alex Smith. You're not mobile to begin with, and it's not going to help you very much not having those guys there. But now what can you do? But their key gain, they got an inside linebacker, Joe Mays. So, should be pretty good. I mean,
in relation to Billy Mays?
Yes, they're brothers.
I thought so.
I don't. I just
Did he shout about he has the cleanest jersey? I'm sure.
Cleanest jersey. But yeah, so that's the Kansas City Chiefs. I do expect them to be above 500 this year, but I'm looking at more like a 10-6, 9-7 record because I think they played above their heads last year, and I don't think they have that in them again. So look for that. But Tamba Ali, he did rush the quarterback you never know. I mean, it is the NFL. Parity is paramount. I mean, like I said, Kansas City was 2-14 in 2012, and then they were 11-5 in 2013. So you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. That's why everybody loves the NFL. And let's head on down the road to San Diego, probably the most beautiful place in these United States of America, because it never gets below 70, it never gets above 80, and yeah, that's the best weather ever. That is their key gain and key loss is their weather. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a nice place, I guess.
No, but last year, if you were watching football and you had the NFL season pass, this was the team to follow because it seemed like every game either went to overtime or was won in the last couple seconds. So they were the most exciting team to watch, even though they only ended up 9-7. What can you do? But they were pretty special to watch because you have Phillip Rivers, didn't really have that good of a cast of wide receivers, but that guy, he's a game maker. So game maker, a gamer. I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm not doing very good on my little analogies tonight.
It's okay, Brian.
So if we were going to do a key loss of words for my face, it would be Brian's loss of the ability to manipulate the English language. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, boomy. I'll take it. I'll take it good. Well, I won't take it good, but whatever. So, their key addition was actually Brandon Flowers, which I thought Kansas City was really stupid for letting him go. Now, they changed over their defensive scheme last year, and he really struggled in that, but the year before he was a Pro Bowler, and he was one of the best shutdown corners in the game, so I don't quite know why you let him go, but hey, Kansas City's loss is their gain, and that was not a big loss for Kansas City because they dropped him in the middle of the season, so that didn't count. And also, that was their best addition. Now, they did lose LaRon McClain, the fullback, and most people think that the fullback really doesn't do much. He gets like maybe 5 carries a year, catches the ball a couple times, doesn't do much. No, he's integral to that running game. Ryan Matthews had a great season last year, and a lot of it was because of LaRon McClain, so they're going to miss him there. Yeah, look for that running game to fall off, but yeah, you never know. That's like I said, it's the NFL. It's like guessing the roulette table. It's not that easy, not that easy at all. And then everybody's favorite lovable loser, the dregs of the AFC West, the Oakland Raiders, are the last on this list. And now Oakland,
if they stay Oakland,
no, where would they go?
You didn't hear?
What did I not hear?
There was talks about trading them to where it was. I think it was San Antonio.
Really? I mean, their color scheme.
Not trading them, but moving the team to San Antonio.
Well, San Antonio doesn't have anything to trade back except for cash. Maybe they'll give them cash. We've talked about this. This is a trade thing. We'll trade you player for cash, team for cash. But, oh, really? No, I didn't hear that. I really can't imagine them moving out of Oakland because really L.A. is their fan base, and L.A. doesn't have a football team. So that would be a huge fan base loss to the NFL. I can't imagine.
Yeah, and Raiders fans are pretty diehard. I mean, they're serious guys. I wouldn't want to, like, I don't see a reason to leave that kind of base, but I don't know. That's how they do it. I've heard, the system that they have in Oakland is not the best. Like, the owner's not the best.
Well, when he passed away, their crazy owner passed away, and he was good back in the 70s and 80s, but yeah, kind of went a little crazy towards the later years. But I mean, they're just always in such a crazy state of flux. Like this year, their key additions was Matt Schaub, James Jones, and Maurice Jones-Drew. Now, Matt Schaub from the Texans, James Jones from the Packers, and Maurice Jones-Drew from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And so that's some good pieces, but these are all old pieces. Now, James Jones not so old, but Matt Schaub over the hill coming off a really bad injury last year. Maurice Jones-Drew is like 30, and in running back years, that means he's 175. Didn't know if you knew that, but 30 equals 175 in running back years. So that was kind of bad. And they lost Lamar Houston, a great pass rusher, defensive tackle, and Rashard Jennings, who was a really good running back and a little bit younger. So,
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot to be said for veteran players. I mean, having veteran players in football is a great thing, but you don't want your entire team to be too old. Definitely. Like we've seen here in Washington, there was a few years that Washington just went after veteran players, veteran quarterbacks all the time, and it was okay, but it wasn't going to push us into where we needed to be. It wasn't going to push for the playoffs if everyone was just like grabbing veterans.
The best you're really going to get if you're snatching up all those veterans is about an 8-8 season, and you're exactly correct, because you need that youth, that energy, that vibrancy. That's something that nobody else has seen really too much over the veterans, where you get something proven, something you know what you're going to get, but maybe nothing spectacular. But you need those players every year to step up and go beyond expectations to have a really good winning season, because everybody knows what's coming at them. The NFL is the smartest league in the world. They will game plan. They will figure out how to shut you down. You need those surprises.
And you need the guys that are in their prime or about to be in their prime, not the guys that are on the backside of their prime. Again, the experience is great. The knowledge, the ability to read plays is great with veteran players. But if they're on the backside of their prime, you need something else there. You can't have everyone on the backside of their prime if you want to push forward. All the way.
You can have everybody on the backside of their prime, and then you're just called the Oakland Raiders or Washington Redskins.
Yes.
And that equals no Super Bowls. Now, the Redskins have changed it around a little bit, but we will get into that when we have our NFC East preview a couple weeks down the road. So let us know what you think. Who's going to win this division? My opinion is that the Broncos are going to win this division again. But, who do you think? Who are you pulling for? Did I miss any big additions or losses? What's going to happen? Let us know. Comments down below. Of course, at Where's My Face on Twitter, where'smyface@gmail.com. And as always, Google Plus and Facebook. So hit us up.